Panamaga is just, a Gambian, born in Gambia, grown in Gambia, but at this
Okay.
moment located in Italy.
Okay.
But originally from Gambia. From Gambia, Basel.
Originally from
Bolongkono
Gambia.
didn't know,
Basia. Oh.
of course.
Oh, I can see.
Yeah.
I can see, of course, of course.
So for your second question, what I
So
do for a
the
living,
situation.
I work two parts in my life. One,
Okay.
like what I'm doing right now, fighting and speaking for my peoples.
Mm-hmm.
Second, I work for my personal
Yeah.
life. So I work just like a normal every other person,
Okay.
as every other black man is working in Europe.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah. So you separate those two from each other. Like your personal life and your activist life, they are not the same. You separate them.
Yeah, of course they are very separated. That's why I separated.
Okay. Okay. So the situation in the Gambia at the moment, particularly in Africa, how do you see the young African president? How, let's say, Mali, we see Mali make a revolution, Guinea Conakry, Burkina Faso, and Niger at the moment, and we can see our neighbors in Senegal here. They also have made some changes. So how do you see the future of West Africa, particularly Africa?
Yeah, my brother, it's very improving. I am seeing improvement and I am seeing development. And I am seeing forwardness.
Yeah.
If I will not lie, because
Okay.
back in the days when you check Africa, among all the 54 countries, you cannot even find one country that is trying to change and liberate themselves. But today we are seeing more than 3 or 4 countries that are already liberating, and still, if that those are not the first, and those will not be the last, we will still have more and more to come.
Yeah.
So I'm really seeing a very big improvement.
Yeah. Okay. So, how do you see the future in Senegal?
The future in Senegal, my brother, I couldn't lay my hand on it. Okay, the truth. I always speak the truth. I don't want to talk about something that I don't know. The future in Senegal, I will predict it
Okay.
as a good future.
Mm-hmm.
How I will predict
Okay.
it, but not to say directly they are free or they have freedom, because no one
Yeah.
knows who the person will become at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't defend puppets, and we don't want to see puppet. So we
Okay.
don't know. I don't. Maybe some people will know him personally, but I don't know him personally. I always listen to his speech. The youngest leader in Senegal, I listen to his speech
Okay.
and I see him as a Pan
Mm-hmm.
African. But nothing else. As far as he's a politician, I still see him as a. I don't give my full confidence, 100% confident in him, unless I see the way he will rule Senegal,
So,
or he will develop Senegal.
okay.
Get him, if he will be able to get
Okay.
Senegal out of the West. Then that's the time we will start to call him
Okay.
a good leader.
So, yeah, because in 2012, Senegalese people population made a regime change. They believe this guy Macky Sall, President Sall, will not be the puppet of the France. But at the end of the day, they all see what this guy, the other president, refused. That's what Macky Sall is doing. Because we can remember President Wade threw out the French army from Senegal, and the President Sall come back and bring them back. So if the same scenario happened here, what would be your action, or what will be your take on that?
My brother, I just pray, because if Senegal, what make me crazy about Senegal being in the hand of the West or France, particularly, is that Gambia is in the hand of Senegal, and these two countries are too connected. So when Senegal is free, Gambia will be free. But if this leader turn out to be a puppet, my brother,
Hmm.
I tell you,
Yeah.
I will not speak now because I don't want to speak, and later on, people to find out that I lie. Like I told you, when I don't know anything about someone, I study you. When I find out
Okay.
a puppet system
Okay.
in Senegal government, I will come out and say that this leader, I don't trust him. like I did in Kenya as Kenyan President Ruto, who everybody was shouting he's a Pan-African, the way he speaks is a Pan-African, this is a good leader. I study him and I investigate. I found out that this is a big pocket. And I just him directly when everybody was in
Oh,
support of his speeches, the speeches he did in America. So the same thing. Right now, I am just trying to investigate and
no,
do my own research about the president who is coming to rule Senegal. And we will not be too quick to celebrate him, to
okay,
call him a great leader when we have not seen his actions. We will not. We are waiting for his
yeah,
actions, how he is gonna put, which
but
place he will decide to put Senegal, either in the African part or still in the hand of the West. We wanna see that.
but some say they seen something about him. Most of the African president they don't have that because he saw all his asset. You know, I think he have 4 million safer in his account and bunch of loan at the moment.
Yeah.
So
You
some
know,
say that's a good sign.
with that, my brother, it's not still a good sign for us. You know why?
Oh,
You know, African politics is just like a business. So when you want to invest, African countries are just like a company. You have to invest to gain. So this is what most of the African politicians do. So this have been happening. Politicians will spend all what they have and even borrow people's, to invest because they are expecting when they go into power, the power will pay them back. The office will give them what they have borrowed people, what they have used in the politics system, whatever they spend. So this is why most of the people, everybody is hungry to go into power because they want to enrich
wow.
themselves. So they will not care to sacrifice, even if they have billions or trillions, to sacrifice if they expect for the office to pay them back. If they know that when I get there,
So
I will recover everything. So that is not a new thing, and that is not a sign of greatness. Still, as a great leader, that is not a sign.
okay. Okay. So do you think that's the situation Gambians are right now? Because in 2020 we see similar things like that. In 2016 also we see similar things like that.
Yeah.
So can you compare these two together?
Like Gambia and Senegal.
Yeah, how
One thing happened in Gambia, but I always
all
tell
these
people,
presidents come to the power.
look at what is happening in Gambia. That's why I don't normally disturb myself about Gambia because I have already known it would be like this. Because after the West sponsoring this man to sponsor UDP, this man who is the president right now was the biggest sponsor for UDP. Was sponsoring them with money. How do you think
Yeah,
a security man will get that money? Those kind of amount of money in UK? There are peoples behind him
that's
sponsoring him to push the money into UDP, and those monies, whatever money he was sacrificing, he was not sacrificing it because he loved Gambia. He was sacrificing it for what
yeah.
he has become today. He was expecting to get something out of it. And today he go into power. Now he have to regain all his money that he's paying back. That's why he don't care about us. All the money he has spent.
So do you see the future in Gambia?
My brother, there is no future.
Oh,
There is no future. Even
there's
in the
no
government,
future.
even in the government, there is no
Oh,
future.
no, I'm saying I'm saying the maybe next generation to come. I'm not talking about this. I'm not talking of this
Well,
present
my brother,
government here.
I don't see that. I don't see it for now. I
So
don't
as
see
a
it.
Gambian, what is your position? As a Gambian, as a Pan African, what's your position to see that changes come to Gambia, particularly in Africa?
I love Gambian youth, and I would want the Gambian youth to wake up and open their eyes and start to fight for themselves.
So, what can we do to fight some particular things like a tribalism in our politics and some other things?
For the youth to
Because
collaborate and
as
come
now
together
we
as
are
one.
talking, because
The
for
youth.
now as now we are talking, we can say 25% of the Gambians youths are drug addicts.
Yeah.
So how can you expect that kind of country to develop in next generation?
Drug
Our
addiction.
education system is not that up to that standard.
When you come to drug addiction is another thing. When you came to the tribalism in Gambia is another thing. For the tribalism, first of all, I will expect to see Gambians youths coming together because it's the youths those give power to tribalism. When tribalism grow in any country, the youths are involved in it. Because if the youths are not involved in it, the tribalism will not grow. But when the youths put tribalism, any country their youths put tribalism on their head, that country it will be too difficult to even develop that country, even if they have a good president. And that is what is happening in Gambia. The youths have carried tribalism on top of their head. So I think when you come to the drug addict, I will not blame the government. I blame, in this life, everybody choose the place you decide you want to play. You can be a drunkard. Why don't you become a drunkard? Because it's not good for your life. You can be a smoker. You can be any kind of addicted, chemical, So people decide what to do. People just decide to destroy their life and end their life. But one thing is people say frustration, frustration, my brother. I tell you, there are many brothers in Europe here who are more frustrated than people who are living in Gambia, but they have never even smoked cigarette. So most of the Gambian youth who say that. Yes, come in.
And some say our government has a part to play.
Like
Because all this drug, recently we have a newly drug here. Newly drug coming into the country some call it Ginabas, some call it Goose. Is it's tearing some people life apart.
My brother, that is
And it's not homemade
problem of like I told you, it depends on the youth because the government will not keep your hand and force you to smoke or take any chemical like Goose or Ginabas, right? You are living in Gambia. And the country situation is too hard. There is more difficulties in Gambia. But it doesn't lead you to take any chemical that will destroy your life. Because your left, your right, and you know what will be good for you. So if there are some youth who don't know what is good for them, they will keep on doing. But what will stop it also? What is making it to continue to grow, continue gradually? That blame will go to the government because the government have not put any target or they have not planned any way to stop it because they don't care. A government that care about his people, when he sees something like this destroying the youth of his country, he will stood up to put a stop to it, even to jail people just to make sure that it is stopped. But what is the government doing about it? Nothing.
But
It go gradually every day.
But last time I was watching one interview. Some mild inmates is saying that anytime he want to smoke weed, cannabis, he smoke it in mild to central prison. And the journalist asked him, how did he get into the prison? He said clearly, I don't know anything about it, but if I want to smoke, I smoke my cannabis inside the mild to central prison. What? How did that happen? In your own opinion?
Like if you can remember, there's this reggae musician culture who said that the doctors and lawyers and presidents only smoke it, but they don't want the youth to smoke it.
Oh, yeah.
Those are real facts in a lyrical way. That is even also a message that if the office who should protect us is doing a wrong, then who will teach us the right? Who will show us the right way? Then that's why, from the first place, I told you that I have not seen any future for Gambia right now.
So yes, do you think in
because number one,
2026, Gambian population?
Let me complete this part, because when you see in Gambian government there are many wrong things that should be corrected within themselves. It was not corrected. Number one, a government who should stop the youth from raping. The government is raping. Number two, a government that should stop the youth from smoking chemicals that will be danger to their health or to even their brains. The government is taking it. It's a food, it's a breakfast and lunch for the government.
Do you think you have Do you have any evidence for this? What you are saying? Because this is very, very, very big accusation.
Yeah, evidence. I would want
Do you have any evidence? Yeah.
when the government arrests me, that's the time they will know whether I have evidence or not. I think most of the ministers there knows that I have evidence because they will not against me because they know what passed through between me and them. A lot of them,
Because
their reports there. Come on, I have a lot of them. A lot of them, they are
always they are
naked.
saying you.
Always they say,
Oh, seriously. Always they said you just provoke people. You have their video, but you always demand blackmail them, demand money from them. Is that true?
I want one minister to come out from Gambia or one honorable to come out from Gambia and tell me that I demand money from him. One, just one. When one come out, I tell you, my brother, I will stop all my internet. I will block all my internet. And when one came out, I don't want to live anymore. If one minister or one honorable came out to say that MAICA sent my naked video or my picture to me, but asking money from me and show the evidence, then I will stop this world, my brother. I will not want to live anymore. Yeah.
So, do you think if you have a honorable minister naked video, can we still call that person honorable?
It is not possible to call those kind of people honorable or minister. It is not possible. Why should we call them honorable or ministers?
Oh,
This is why
because
I insult them
I
because
can
I don't
I
have
can
respect for them
I can
anymore.
imagine. Okay. So we're gonna skip this topic and we're going something personal that will concern Gambia. So do you think in 2026 presidential election you can see a changes in the Gambia?
For now, I'm not seeing any changes. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
No, I mean after 2020, after 2026 presidential election, what which political party do you think if you vote for that political party as a Gambian, he will change the Gambia and he will empower the youth to have employment instead of the take
All
this
the
throat way, we call it
My
brown
brother,
way,
all the
and
political leaders
migrants,
you are seeing right now,
all
as
the
far as
half of
as far as they didn't change the leaders I knew before, if those are the same leaders that are coming in 2026, then they are all working for their pocket and they are all investing today because they want the company to be their own. That is the country to be their own. And when they get there, whatever they invest, you Gambians are going to pay it back. And they are going to be even worse than this man today we are
mm,
seeing. I tell you that. Changes must
oh
become
then
the
then
leadership
we are still
of the political parties. The
okay.
political leaders I am seeing, they are not the right ones. No, they are not the
No.
right ones.
Oh. So people like, so do you think people like Khalifa Salah or Honorable Hussein Dabo or Honorable Sidi Ajata, if we vote those people into our, if we vote them in as a president, do you think they can make this?
When I speak today, I know many people will not like me, but none of them can make it. You know why, my brother? A man who is trying to become a leader for his peoples
Mm-hmm.
don't don't get too much hungry of leadership.
Mm-hmm.
But these people who are desperate of leadership,
That's
they
true.
are all fake. A man who wanna fight for his people, a man who wanna go into power to stand for his peoples, don't become too hungry for power. If you see all of them, they are
Mm-hmm.
all too much hungry to become into to go into power. So that's the sign of distraction. That when they go into power, these people are why are they desperately in need of power? Why? There is a reason,
Oh,
not because they love Gambians, they want to free Gambians. No, they want to empower themselves. They want to be powerful.
oh.
So peoples, anybody who you see,
But compared to
is very
Senegal,
hungry. You can take an example. You can take an example. Peoples who become the great leaders in Africa were not hungry for power. They
that's
were
true.
not hungry for it. Because someone who is searching for
Yeah.
power to stand for his people didn't become too worried to go into power. When he go, he don't care. When he didn't go, he don't care. He become very relaxed because he knows when he go into power,
Yeah.
he is going to power for the peoples. So he's not too much hungry to go into power. But if you look all of them right now in
Yeah.
Gambia, these peoples you mentioned, they are all very hungry for that power. So that's the
Oh.
sign of puppet.
Oh.
You can see puppet. You can see selfishness. You can see greediness. They are talking today good in a good way because they are very hungry for power. They want you Gambians to choose them to go into that power. So they have to speak against the government that is there for you to put them there. They have to destroy something for them to make themselves.
Okay. So, can you tell me yourself, like, in the next 15 years or in the next 10 years, Pandi Mike can see himself as a politician, or can he see himself as a leader of the Gambia?
I will not even say in the next 15 years. In the next 3 years, 3 years, I want to see. I promise that you will see me in politics. In
Oh,
the next 2 3 years.
that's new.
Yeah,
That's another headline.
yeah. In next two
Oh,
three years, I see myself
so
in politics.
okay. So you gonna have your own party, or you gonna join with some political party?
Well, I don't know yet. I don't know yet because
Okay.
number one, to join political party is another thing. Then there
Yeah.
must be someone who I believe that he can liberate, who I believe that can feel his people, not someone who is hungry for power.
Uh, but no one ever approached you to give you something. Let's say to give you money to just keep quiet, stop what you are doing. Did they ever do that to you?
Well, even in the 20, I think 2016, 2021 election, when they were doing campaign, they know themselves when they call me here. That became a problem between me and some political party. Even they have found some of their funds were against me just because I refused to sell their agenda, number one.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
So that is a normal thing. It must
So they
occur, but none of them can come
they
out and
approach
say
you.
that we have over Pandemaka this job to support our agenda and stop speaking against us so that we will pay him every month, and he accept. I will never accept. I am poor. I agree. I am poor, but I am not
You will never
hungry.
accept. Oh, I can see. So last time you are saying if Nigerians have planned themselves correctly and govern themselves, all African countries will be liberated. What make you say that?
Yeah. Let me come.
What is
Sorry,
in
please.
Nigeria
Give me
that
1 minute.
Senegal?
Give me 1 minute. Let me plug my
No
phone.
problem, no problem, no problem, no problem. My people, as you can see, I have my brother here, a Pan African Pandi Mike. All my followers, you can watch it live on the TikTok, and he will come back soon.
Yeah, my brother. I want you to give me that question again about
Well,
Nigeria.
yeah, you're welcome back.
Yeah.
Yeah, last time you were saying if Nigerian organize themselves and govern themselves, they can unite Africa. Africa can liberate from Western world. What makes you say that?
Yeah, because anybody who is fighting for Africa and read the history of Africa and know what Africa means, you will know what Nigeria also means. I have never been to Nigeria, I swear.
Oh,
I have never been there. But that
oh,
country was like a
really?
pillar for Africa. And we know the strategies that peoples also, the West, even the Westerners are playing to make sure that Nigeria go down. So we know those strategies. And why those strategies? Because when Nigeria kick out today, because Nigeria don't kick out for themselves, even when Nelson Mandela time, when Nigeria kick out, they kick out for all African countries. They liberate themselves. At the end of the day, go and liberate many African countries, help them to stand on their own. And this is why they play the politics in on Nigeria today. For Nigeria never to have a leader who will stand for them. Nigeria is not choosing leader for themselves. British choose leader for them. So the problem is there. And they will never allow Nigeria to choose leaders for themselves, because when that country is out, then I think the brother is gone. You know? I will try to bring him back, you know. For what the brother is asking about Nigeria, I always said it, is a country that I see as the pillar of Africa. And not only me. There are so many Pan-Africans who came and speak about Africa, fight for Africa. Do you see they ever joke with the name Nigeria? If you came to the West, either you are living in America or UK or Europe, you know how they look Nigerians. How do they look there? How do they see Nigerians? And particularly, let's even not go into Nigeria as a country. Let's talk about the youth of Nigeria. They are the most intelligent youths among all African youths. It's not like to demote other African youths. You know, I'm not from Nigeria. But I'm telling you the system. And I'm telling you the fact about Nigeria. If they have a good leader today who want to pay back to the West, do you know that Nigeria will be the country that will torment the West to even stop creating technology systems? Do you know that country is Nigeria? Where if they have a leader, you know, who could help the peoples with the technology system in Nigeria to build up the technology system, they are going to frustrate the West to stop creating technology systems, because there will be no technology system that the West will create that Nigeria will not have passcode to enter in it. They have that title, number one. You know, but what did the West do? The West emphasized Nigerians to us as scammers, Yahoo, criminals, thieves, so that we could look our intelligent brothers as thieves. But they are not thieves. Yahoo is not thief. All the Yahoo boys, where do they tell you they came from? They tell you Nigerians boys are Yahoo boys. They are scammers, they scam from white peoples. They are not scamming, they are not thieves. If anybody is, if we could call anyone a scammer, we should call West a scammer, Yahoo. Because West have scammed Africa for a very long time, and still they are scamming Africa. They have do Yahoo to Africa for a very long time, and they are still playing the Yahoo game on Africans. They have terrorized Africa for a very long time, and they are still terrorizing Africa. Today they are telling you that your fellow brother is a scammer, is a thief. You agree and join them to destroy your fellow brother name. That's what they did. They told us that Nigerians are scammers, Nigerians are Yahoo, Nigerians are stealers, Nigerians are criminals. It's only a stupid black man who will follow white people to talk up those nonsense. When a white man, you told me that Nigerians are not good. I asked you why. When you told me that no, they are scammers, they are criminals. I asked you this. Where do they steal money from? You know, I tell you this. If I am a president in Nigeria, I will build a Yahoo company. That will be stealing money from your white people. It's not even a stealing. That will be taking what belongs to Africa without even going to West to fight them, or without taking weapon to fight the West. That's what Nigeria youths are doing, and that make the West to be frustrated about Nigerians. They never talk good about Nigerian peoples, because those people are smart. Remember, I told you earlier today when I was live, I told you white people will call you criminals, thieves when you are intelligent and wise and know what you are doing. They will call you stupid, criminal, thief. They can call you all sorts kind of bad names. That's why they put those bad names on Nigerian. When I see a white woman crying and jump up and go to Nigeria, to the Nigerian police, and Nigerian police started to pump up, we will track him, we will track him. As a Nigerian police or as any African police, you follow, because white woman will come to you, your citizen steal from me, this is his number, this is his picture, I want you to track him. As a African police, Nigerian police, you wake up, go and find your person, your fellow brother, and lock him up for a white lady who came out from nowhere and tell you that your fellow blacks stole from me. When they have stolen Nigeria, your goals, your oil, your everything, nobody wake up and go there and tell them that your people stole from us. When they are still stealing from Nigeria, when they are still stealing the oil of Nigeria, nobody. When they are still scamming Nigerians, when they are still doing Yahoo on Nigerians, nobody go to them. Then if Nigerian police are finding the right, why don't they fly and go to UK, British government, and tell them that you have stolen our oil, return it back? But when they jump and come to you and tell you that your boy stole from me, then you go and arrest your person, your brother, and lock him up for a while. The foolishness. It's a foolishness. Because when they see white, all these African police, they are hungry. When they see white, they believe that if whatever the white say is good. Yeah, by defending the white man, you will become rich. That's what they believe. You are defending a poor woman, a poor man who is staying here, borrowing money from bank, just to enrich himself. When he go outside, he is rich. When he go inside, he is poor. Do you think they are rich? That message will go to people who are living in Africa believing that white people are rich. Come on, they are not rich. They are not rich. Come here, you think there is no poor man here? You think there is no poor family in Europe? The poor family in Europe is more than the rich family. Like the same as Africa. It's just that our own poverty, they emphasize our own poverty to the world. They describe us as poor people. But some of the African poor people are richer than some of the African rich men. Some of the European rich men. Let us not lie. Even in Europe here, you can see a black man going to market and spend 100 euro in 1 minute. No white man will spend 100 euro in 1 minute because they are afraid that tomorrow there will be no money to eat anymore. They eat every day with their family, wife and 2 children. They will go to a restaurant and eat just maybe 4 euro and go home and say they have eaten breakfast. A black man cannot spend 4 euro for just breakfast. It's too small for a black man. That's all the reason they hate black people, because black men struggle to eat and survive. I will try if I can bring the brother up, because he was asking me questions. Malcolm. Yeah, I think he is here.
PANDI.
Yeah, Malcolm.
Yeah, thank you. So, we continue?
Yeah.
Because you are saying something very important about Nigeria.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just because you asked
Then
me
I
that
can leave you to
question,
continue. Yeah. I will let you develop it. Oh, you done it? We can continue now.
Yeah. You can continue on. You can go to the next question.
Next question. So, do you think people like Usman Ture beyond Pan Africanism? Do you see future in him? Years to come.
I see a future in him for a very long time. Number one, he is not hungry for power.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I see a future in him. He's a great man who I appreciated a lot. He's
Okay.
a young man,
Uh,
a young boy who is
oh.
with the knowledge of Pan-Africanism, who is with the knowledge of liberation, revolution. He is a revolutionary. That revolution things that will even come.
No.
But if
No.
he don't take a white shirt and enter in the mosque and started revolutionary, we will not call him a revolutionary. People believe that you should become a marabu so that we can call you revolutionary. But people like him, they are revolutionary.
Oh.
And I even pray
Okay.
if God could give him chance to rule Gambia, maybe there will be chances.
Oh.
Yeah. He's a
Okay.
great young man
But
who I wish all the best. Who I don't wish him to be wasted like this. He should not be wasted. He is wasted.
that.
His knowledge should be used
Yeah.
somewhere, not sitting inside those places.
Okay.
Yeah.
So apart from Usman Toure, do you see any other person like him in Gambia?
No. No, for me, apart from Usman Toure, I don't see anybody.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So if we talk of Kenya also, do you think they have a better future in terms of politics and developments and youth empowerment, youth development?
I don't know if in the politics there they will have somebody aside, who will be able to, stand for them. But for now, I am not seeing anything in their political gem, and their leader also who is ruling them is just a big puppet, a very big puppet, and he's manipulating the youth. Some of the youths who are dying for him today, he is manipulating them.
Oh,
Yeah, I think they should come up with a very big plan, with a very big major plan. I even pray for a coup in Kenya. Maybe if military
oh.
rule that country, it could be better than to have those politicians who are with empty promises.
But they said military ruling is against the constitution.
That is against the constitution of white people, the constitution that was constructed by white people, not the constitution that was constructed by we the Africans.
Oh,
That
but still,
constitution was
it's
not built by any
illegal.
of our African leaders.
But it's still illegal, despite the fact it's built by white people, our colonial master. But we still see it as illegal.
Yeah, you know why we see it as
What do you
illegal?
say about that?
Because we have peoples, Let me tell you one thing. That constitution you are talking about is based on ECOWAS, right? It's
Yeah.
based on ECOWAS. That constitution you are talking about is defended and protected by ECOWAS.
Yeah.
And that ECOWAS you are
Yeah.
seeing is there to defend the puppet leaders who will be the side of the West. Any leader who is against the West, ECOWAS will fight against you and drop you down. You will become an enemy to ECOWAS. Any leader who is there for Africans, you will become an enemy to ECOWAS. You must join ECOWAS to become a slave to the West, to see West as your masters and believe in them and make your own people to suffer and make the West to smile. That's why
But
all the country, all the leaders today, you see them in ECOWAS. They are all puppets.
But some ECOWAS members are saying West are our partners. We are not. They are not our colonial masters. They are not our colonies anymore. They don't colonize us because we have our independence. We are free.
What do you expect them to say? To say that we are working with them? They will never say that. You know why? The West control these peoples. For once, I understand when they want to hold a meeting in Ghana. For once, I understand when ECOWAS have paid some youths to go against Niger, coup leader. They pay them to do that. The African youths who demonstrate in Ghana to say that we want Bosum back in power, we want Bosum back. What do? They paid these youths to do those demonstrations. So who paid those youths? European Union was behind all this scenario because they don't want their secret to leak out. And you know one
I
thing.
never knew that.
Yeah, in the meeting in Ghana, in Accra, when ECOWAS hold that meeting, what do they say? The ECOWAS, I think the ECOWAS Council who came out and said that people were saying that Europeans pay us to do this, nobody pay us to do this, we are doing this for our own self, we are doing this for our own self. But they will never hold a meeting without informing EU. And whatever they discuss in that meeting is considered by EU. Whatever decision they make is a decision that was coming from on top. That top is EU.
No.
So
But
what would you say?
some are saying that most of the ECOWAS finance,
Yeah.
most of the ECOWAS finance comes from EU. Is that true?
Not most of
Their
the
finances.
Every finances. Not most, but
Oh.
every finances. Not some come from there and some didn't know. Every finance in ECOWAS came from EU. Every finance.
If you become a president of the Gambia, if you can become a president of Gambia, what will
Mhm.
be your first action against ECOWAS or against EU?
Gambia will not be part of ECOWAS, and Gambia will
Oh,
not have democracy.
some say seriously, but you are
Yeah.
Pan African. If you say that, some people might doubt if we vote this guy in, he might becoming a dictator.
Yeah, you know what? That I will come to that, my brother. Thank you so much. You know that's where they confuse Africans to make them believe that democracy is your right. Democracy defend your right, but democracy destroy you. Democracy destroy your development. Democracy make the country to go into war and conflict and all sorts kind of distractions in the country development. That is democracy. Why don't they tell us
Oh,
that we
really?
should form human right? Why human rights should not be strong in Africa than democracy? When in Europe here they don't have democracy, they only have human right. Because human right should be guided in any country. If you want to be developed, human rights should be the first thing that should be guided. When human right is not guided in any country, that country can never make it. That's why in all Western countries,
But they
human rights
say
is the
that's
first thing that was guided. But they are never emphasizing human rights
but
to Africans. Only democracy they gave to us. Why don't they give us human rights?
but this but they say the human right and democracy are the same. There's no difference with the human right and
For
democracy.
Africa, that is different.
Because,
For Africans. Today, when after your former president in Gambia go down, you know,
mhm.
the new president came up and put up democracy. What happened?
Mhm.
Do
Mhm.
the country remain the
Oh,
same?
do you see chaos everywhere? No, 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 no,
Okay.
no, no, no.
Democracy for Africans is something when they want your country to accept democracy, it means that you have to accept their law from them, not you having your independence or freedom. No, democracy is not for the citizens to do what they like or to speak out the truth. That is not democracy for African.
Mhm.
Democracy for African is only democracy for the government, for the president, to accept law from
Okay.
EU or any other Western supremacists.
No.
Today, if you speak truth in Gambia,
But some say,
what will they do to you? You will be arrested. So
they
where is
will
the
call you for
democracy?
correction.
Democracy is not for you. It's for the government to accept law from EU or from
Yeah.
African Union that is still being controlled by the same EU.
But as an activist, as an human rights activist, Pan Africans, so do you think the gay family, the gay society, they also have their right, or they don't have their right in that democracy and human right?
You know, in Europe, I will show you this example before we go into it. In Europe, yeah, they have human right. That is their first priority.
Okay.
But that human right doesn't tremble with their culture. Their culture is more bigger
Oh.
than the human right. If any human right
Uh,
law that will go against their culture, they don't put it in. So as far as in Africa today, they have never explained to us human right. They have never tell us to make human rights strong in our countries. Today, after they just jump up and tell us to accept LGBTQ, when we refuse now, they are telling us that we are violating human rights. I want them to
because they are
understand one
saying they
thing.
are also part. They are also
They are,
human.
they are also humans. But if they wanna, you can be your father's son. Why will a father chase away a
Mhm.
son out when a son trying to practice something that is not the culture of the father? Why will a father? Why some fathers abandon son? Are they not the son of the father? They are the son. But why will your father abandon you? So this is it. They are humans. I don't argue with it. But that system, maybe even peoples who become gay or lesbians in Africa don't understand. They may think like the West is supporting them, the West like them. No, it's not that. It's not about liking them or fighting for the human right. It's about how to depopulate Africa or how to destroy Africa. It's about that. And that's why we don't even agree. And I will never agree to that nonsense. Because it's not about human right. It's not about giving them their human right. If it is about human right, my brother, Americans have caused war in Southern Sudan and killed millions of people. That is against human right. European Union have paid Tunis to maltreat our brothers here not long ago. They paid them 1 million euro. European Union paid Tunis to maltreat our brothers. Some of them died, some of them were wounded. That is against human right. Because since they say that migration is human right, so they go against migrants, they go against the human right. Nobody talked to European Union about that.
Yeah.
So why are they telling us that when we don't want to accept something, they told us that human right? When they are killing us in Africa or killing our peoples, and that is not against human right? Tell me, is that not against human right?
But some are saying it's a different scenario. It's different
It's
issue.
not a different scenario. Human is human, right? We all believe that human is human, and human right must be straight. If human right could tell Africans to accept something because it's human right, don't say scenario. It's not different scenario. Human being is human being, and every human being have equal right and justice. That's what we want to play here. We must consider this equal right and
Not
justice.
me. Not me. Some of them. I mean, not. I am not the person who is saying, but some of them are saying it's different issue. It's not the same.
Yeah,
issue.
because they don't understand.
LGBTQ.
A man who came to you and steal from you and kill you and cause war in your countries, kill your innocent peoples. That same man is coming to you for you to accept something that is not your culture. Do you know that one is even they are violating the Africans' human right because that is not our culture and they are forcing to implement LGBTQ on us. That is even violation. Because you cannot implement anything on Europeans that is not their culture, even if it is human right.
That's true.
You cannot implement it on them. We are among them here. We cannot implement anything here that is not their law, even if it is our own culture. We want to perform it. If their culture or their human right doesn't go with it, they don't accept it. We will say, don't do this here. If you go to Africa, you can do it. Here is error. Don't do it here. They will not allow it. So why are they forcing something on us? And if you come to them, if you check all the people who are telling you to accept LGBTQ, they are not lesbians. Why don't they become lesbians? And they are protecting their children not to become lesbians, okay? So they are telling Africans to accept. When they are protecting their own children to be far away, to protect them from this dirty thing, they know it's very dirty. They know it depopulates the nation. They know it destroys the nation. They know it brings calamity on nation. And they don't want to accept it. They don't want their children to go closer to this dirty thing, this calamity thing, this abomination. So they have implemented it on Africans so that Africans will be on bondage.
So how can we engage those people from Africa to engage them, to show them that this LGBTQ is not something good for you yourself, but the whole nation, the whole Africa? How can we engage them? And what made them to join the LGBTQ?
Yeah, you know, one thing is, I will tell you this. They have put a strategy in 2021. When they call on to some people, some gays in South Africa and some gay from Nigeria who was based in America, when they call on to them, most of the influence gay, you know, they are very rich. They are gay who are rich and lesbians who were rich, but they are all Africans.
Yeah.
They call on to them to pay them off to go and spread this nonsense and implement it as human right, so that they will be out to defend them, you know, so that they will see that, oh, your own people are crying, so we came to their aim to help them. So they pay some of our fellow Africans to become gay. They pay them off. So we understand this. So I have been even saying this in many videos that they don't even know what they are doing, because they think like they are enriching themselves, but they don't know what they are causing.
Oh.
So it's crazy, you know, it's crazy.
So the situation in Uganda also, we can go back to Uganda. So Bobby Wine,
Yeah,
do you
I'm a
see
great guy.
Yeah, he's one
My
of
great guy Bobby
Pan
Wine.
African also. I always follow in his social media.
Yeah.
But some African medias are saying he always create a violence. He always advocate for violence, not peace. So what will be your say on that?
You know why I laugh? You know, my brother, one thing they must understand
Mhm.
is I love Bobby Wine more than I love Julius Malema,
Oh,
but I love Bobby Wine more than Julius Malema. You know why? Bobby Wine is
why?
not given chance. They will, of course, they will call him violence. I know. They will say he's violent.
Oh,
He have to be violence to survive. Without him being violence, he will not survive it by right now. Yes, he have to be
okay.
violence. Yes. You know, not every Pan African is going to be so quiet like Usman Ture who do it in a gentle way. There are some Pan Africans who will do it in a gentle
Oh,
way, like Usman Ture, like Professor Lumumba, like all other peoples, who do it in
yeah.
a professional way, in a calm way. Okay. But there will be some who should come in an arrogant way.
Like Martin Luther King and Malcolm X, they are different
Very
way
good.
in revolution.
Very good. So there must be some people. If you check in every generation, there are some Pan Africans who do it in a calm way. There are some Pan Africans who do it in a very in a way that people call them crime makers. People who don't like them, they started to call them crime makers. So I see Bobby Wine
Oh,
as
I
one
was
of
drinking ataya too.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You know, I drink it all the day.
Yeah, yeah. I too. Me too. I was drinking it at the moment.
You know. So people like Bobby Wine, I love the way he do his things because number one, you see people like Bobby Wine, they have a mentality that push them. They have a spirit that push them, and without that violence, they can't do what they are doing
Oh,
for their peoples today. If you tell them to stop that violence and they stop the violence, they will never be who they are right now. So those
oh,
people are meant to be in that way. Everybody must not be quiet. Everybody must not be
oh,
calm. Everybody must not be so gentle and peaceful talking person. Some more must be arrogant to clear the road, and others who came in peace
oh.
will make the road clear.
Oh,
So I
I
love
can
his
see. I
way.
can see. I can see.
I love his way very, very well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you say you love his way, which
Mhm.
means you are the same like Bobby Wine, or you are
Of,
different from him.
I am the same like Bobby Wine.
So in a
I
country
love
like
violence.
Gambia,
I love violence between me and governments. I love it.
between you and government. So
Yeah.
a country like Gambia, if you come here and you want to be like a Bobby Wine, and you see the youths like you at your age mate, they are saying Pandem is a troublemaker. He's threatening security. What what will you see yourself? Do you still continue the fighting, or you will fold your hand and say, "Look, I am
I,
fighting for these people, and
I
they are
will
saying I'm a
I will
troublemaker.
still
Now I will
fight.
form my help."
I will still fight till I die or I succeed.
Oh,
Because I will think like they don't understand. If they understand, they will know what I am doing. But I will see them as people who don't understand. Look, even this speaking I am doing to enlighten our peoples. The most people who insult me are Gambians. The most people who against me are Gambians. But that still doesn't stop me to speak about that country. Because I feel like they don't know. They don't understand. So you can't argue with someone who is level 1 and gradually you are level 20 and you want to argue with that person for what reason?
see. Oh.
So this is why we don't.
So what can we
We don't
do
see
to
them as threat.
so what can we do? What can we do to spread your message to the youth to have that better understanding that they can still stand up themselves and defend themselves and defend their democracy and defend their nation. at the same time.
Everybody will understand one by one. If you don't understand through listening to people's, you will understand one day by yourself.
Mhm.
Everybody will understand. Anybody who understand and refuse to obey the understanding will collect on his own. I tell you.
Oh, oh.
Yes. As you are
But
seeing Africa
some
today,
say it's
everybody.
still violent.
Yeah, you know, it's not a violent, but you will collect in a way that you will regret why I understand it before I didn't agree to it. Now look at what is happening to me. So there are some people who insult me at the end of the day came back to understand the way. Those people are even Pan-Africans today. They
Oh,
join the road, they become Pan-Africans. People who argue with me before, fight with me,
okay, okay,
message me
okay.
to insult me, become a Pan-African.
No, okay, okay, okay.
So when you leave them,
I see.
when they face some difficulties, they will understand. An African man who is living good, or an African young boy who is living little bit good, they don't understand the difficulty of peoples. They don't understand. They will not agree to the truth. They feel like everybody who came out is trying to trample on them.
Oh, I can see. I can see. Yeah.
No.
I can see. But now we're gonna skip the conversation to the Mandinka because this part will be particularly Gambia. Those of who are on the comment section, I am truly sorry, but I want to talk about Gambia, and to do that, also Gambian people are listening. I want to bring our local language so we can go ahead. I am very sorry for those in comment section, right? Saya ngata
You
Gambia,
know,
nga kacha Gambia la politiko
guys,
la
so
ngasenya
please,
ni
if you
Gambia
can't
diun ba
understand this
jumbe kan.
language, I am very sorry, you know. So don't feel offended, you know, as we speak English for a very long time. And we have to rewind it because we want to bring up some topic about Gambia. And as far as our mothers and our parents in Gambia cannot speak English, so that they could also understand, or some Gambians who cannot speak English will understand the local language. They can also understand whatever we will discuss. So please, guys, don't be offended and stay tuned and keep it light, you know. Science it down, you know.
Ya, sita no le pandi mic mu Gambia no ti pandi mic mu activist oleti. Man sakunda mol dol bigi fana meli alon ko wali jo ko banko jawolo miti ni be level la dawda e ka falo ko nyin dindi mo da warta la indem ka kuma dol fan fo fan na be jamba soron na le. Akamulla minisa sol la video sol le soto fang akataka yitretin la akataka social media ka foy ko ni man ko do dinna mbela video populace ale ebe muna fala wole wo karon.
Momondi yo fa sobita son la yalo ni momme yalo kaka kukuru na kena aje kaka funyol muta fana kasila. Yo, but kudan tan nabije.
Ah,
Nte buka minister bula yesu dindung samba hotel
ha.
oto o ka dindung ni jene men yalo ko manyan ke jene mbuka minister bula la mbuka honorable bula la. Adum buka ko mo fana ko tayeta ni minister kar noma ni aju ken sem pictures so wanda aju ken sem video ya kinyana mbuka minister noma. I don't threaten people. I'm not scammer. I am not, you know, ndeka tara serine drong mo ya feel ko wuma muso ya feel ko membe ke kana te amanya na kelana, then they get to me and explain everything to me like na broda min ni be kerente kan adu ngajele ko e kadi yamu nyum kusi pala. So please, so mpanan ka make sure ko what I am doing
Ah.
is the right thing to do, and I'm gonna remember information of the kana is not lying to me. Then inya ibe fena kila nyina as a evidence to believe ko ikame explain nya as a problem on top of your head wole mutonya ati wole be kere nyi minister karle ki ko ye ku kan zam picho ki abe kodo kile fata faunta dara bangalo kiyeno. So cool kataje. So
Ah.
o minister ni aje ngam minister o honorable ngaw expose along ko amari arrogantly he came in a violence way, but ni one thing i jama lebe je mammen expose nka muna fo ni nge contact du man ka fo ne ko
Oh.
ngay video so de karo nga senen ko ka jibe o nyim picho ngo ka di fudutal. So ikaje jama ka kidimin tole ka fo nyele sa yalo munam bruda e koy tom pandlet ha sa fo nyi sa mbe jolla dile pour nyen dile tin ka fo ne ko nte I don't need man la ko do le bulu ila way change ibe ko men dila drata do ni banko ko nali ale focus mo la banko ka. I don't need any money any amota je ni minister kilim fundi da Gambia ngankali alala men ko panama ga ko do mutan ngankali alala billahi alama ala kana siyo dina mesungaro.
Bari dol ko fanan comme bota community men kono muslimo le munti nga adol le soto nga belief le soto so ka hadama di sutura o dabo belief kono le kamola ngay bo sutura fana o dabo belief kono ko bari ak ite pani mic ni ite bulu lata kan doro ikanale pam so mo defa lawon
yaje nimbulo lata men kan doro na da pam ngajolo media kono kamunta ko na mari communicate la mari arroganta amari ye wuliya fonye ko tatati so ni ko nyetete I balanta ila te fan kaw jandila nka foyne ko aywa problem te je bayete ko tete sa inte ba sambala media maybe kambenol balo na jomala simple and easy since you don't agree you are wrong then Gambians will judge you so ani ka suturo men fanan ko baba mole ko ala ko nga suturo la ko men ka wolbe je wonta nyun kusi fal ne nyinke mbe sutura no nyaadi le yeti Allah taala temola ya sonni na ko itake la ko denke fat nsi sutura no mol men ka somma wala nka wala sutura de men ka decide ko itake la ko denke this is their first and last itanyo fulan janna adu yo focus la e ba make sure ko banko itanya do fa be jata na ta janna faga ko me ka falinda ka empty promisal di pande mai kala ka pande mai kala nene na be senna nyola lawa ata mela bato tuje be nyosotla
so honorable masa kundai of a palaso la minister ni bado masa kundai of a palaso la less the ministry post or la ministry of finance or minister of interior or ministry of communication in ebe patela pulina doko
ni masa kunda ne palaso dindala ninga palaso tabi for the sake of Gambians sini ibe nan bondi la je nin doya kono so it's better mo kana keje I don't need any position from them no iyam fata bem ye banko doku
okay
ye focus banko la banko doku momo need palaso la itel men be je itel ya doku okay palaso doku men di
bari yamara abeke no la because sainte Gambia nul kambe fo na palasol melialon ko Gambia la revenue ka boje gawo dulal le to sunyaro keta abeto le itata Gambia Port Authority sunyaro keta je itata GRA sunyaro keta je itata Social Security sunyaro keta je GPPA sunyaro keta je so ite amara say mol be la jomal la and then na parliamentarian ul fan lata mella sainte ye modol di wala melialon ko banko di unde batare e moto da koleari mbal sak ya di la adum be jikir ko nolle nata fondi ke le siata ko no ko be nyamen falingo be kelale kol be nyamen ala fata la batamantala
na broda ku dan tambe kering jande Gambia akambalo fal yalo ndel nsako Gambia no kajiki mele bi gonde ka jikila Gambia no la kajikila nkanji ko la men kam ko nyille bentel pondi la linga nyini ne ntara palaso to be ko kala mulen bi ko fa yale fa boda do fola jay ko moto wale ndor na be bulu ikat Gambia bi be mo men jela be dunde moto ko ne ko moto fempe ka gare wulara de ma fa no Senegambia kata ko loli ma fa abe mo minister let honorable lo moto wale fe kaje lorin jabe mo minister ni honorable ite foninke kilingela foninke de anot making it foninke oni lafta mekele be katala mansala agenda pusana kuriya la ke som ko mansa ka ku keto dama then you will make it ibe kala wulo ti ke nafiko ye ka fu banko toral ye ka fu banko la masiba mo meno men ka masibo la banko ani te balam do ite ka to fuare ya ko so na brother there will be no changes changes nganyina wala ka fa ko nyim mansa kunda membe jete because men nyanda sumu mutala fa mu sumu sun la ke ba fa besan
bari
so sa jomala mutaro ke
bari ko ay
men nyanda ko la mole ka jibe sunyaro ke nyim bunda karle alo mol be bondi je mbe mo kuto le keleje no fa mu sumu ten
at amuto sun muto ta di yalla wot
yo ni get mano
ka ko ka ko kata kol ke
joma
dolko aya kata kuwol kele e ko president e kata kuwol kele ni nata basila mafan la basila brijo ayo menki je ayo ma ko ba kele katul ni nata jamanol tambita me yalon ke mus kono ma kana jire janden feri o kana kam wala adu nikulum because e botawo area la yalon je be nyame je situation o be nu nyame e ko compeato kunun nimbi yamera aman kata kuwo ko ma fon la
Well, li mansa ay brijolo base ay base silo do ko fokata bula sudu ko ba bantu ninyol baja kunda nyol kanabula chamoy bunda nyol kanabula nyako madina nyol ko mbodo ma fon lala ko ata ku kelo ma fon no mamello
ha
ayo membe ko ma fona ha o be mo manipulation o lati yalo mansa ne ko ke come ko development o kamambe o fahamula akele de ay silo do ko ay brijoloji bari yaje bi intele ba fole bi o brijo ya bondije is better than o brijo etarlo ringi
yeah bari ni yo fo mun de lero sai mol ko futa nyolo so no ya ta sai ne comme kununti bari sai ni ko ye brijo bondi ye fer yo blaje yo fo mun kam
na broda ite ye brijoro as a development iko yela mole manko ifan ya lon koy lo mol men ye brijo loye a baro brijo royal at the end of the day tele brijo nyin bilondo killing bena kan de o brijo lo kun fanan keta mona de bi because mansa brijo lo sa ya lon brijo be lo ringere sa silo aya do kule birim base brijo balaje ko kata bula fosutu ko ba kata hudan kono bolon kono ko lo hudan kono jana wulilo hudan ko ay mano saba ayo mano men saba silo be diarin sa talai ambulance be lo ringe okay sa en kuranto sa e be silo do ko kan adama do me nin konko bola do ilo silo do ko ay mun na faso yo silo kendo no bridge kendo mello yalo mol men nyanta tamala ka mol men nyande bamuna fala ni ol kuranda ol ka to fala sa ba bridge be na dula jumalli
nafa adiamo siata
niamo be bolla sila kendo ka baba e beta base o beta dula ko tan niamo be base la bridge lo nyinya ko le kana base le kana mani sound nim fen sound nen ko do te kul du membol sanadu be kana no laji
no itinano
wala tinan ko bridge o nyi boje o fa en fisa bridge o nyi tarje because bridge o nyim fana moroti ka tambala last time no menu Gambia le nga video make o bridge o kam because at that time nga o sin le tarje moroti o kam fa ko ita tela bridge o la barati o le baral wulindi ye bridge o mo abandon o keta base adam baro bridge o mello moroti o ya abandon moroti o na tela garaso wulindi sa kulunti o yela kulun wulindi ka mol tendi kulunga ye bridge o tuje because ina ata ko le ko momo ne betambilo bridge la nga kennen do tarje o bridge ko no menga ko do kanen drive bulu 150 ni be do na basse ni be funtila 150 drive ko itel boka ko di soto sai bridge men fana lo pour development o pour ke ma ko pour ka dunno basse ko no sai ko be kar ko do fana jola 150 tato 150 funto sai te ka funto nin tamen beke 150 abe de torala sai drabol kampada metu ke nata kulun wulindi wonyale pour kulun tiol yela kulun wulindi yete ndiro damo tay nata gara solo je mobe bridge abandon nga kende mentor siro office ko men ka kodo kanen drabol bul was my classmate aka fonye ko pandi yala Gambia no ma understand development o ka sanne na classmate guy development o kasana ko hangka itu bejala salary beta ko 1600 ga 1600 man ko beta kanda ko je ba ngada nin development o kasane fanam basan ngada yes
so karo kajo 1600 la
yes aka fonte ko development o kasane ke to jo karo ko te kasio so kono la ka kodo ko driver bul karo ke to jo 1600 ka fonte development o kasane man boto itela karfa jo man boto fonsi
bari yamera no ka jo 1600 abe jolle sunya la parce que ni la salary man 4000 si Gambia jang 4000 found effect bari ngata 4000 la ni la salary man 4000 si Gambia jang ni man boto sanje ni ka loi so jo do tam fembo ka tuibu
wala ni ka jo 1000 because ya de sunya bunda
ya mbe jele So ya
Ah,
mera
ni
mo
wo
be do ko ke no la le comme ka banko la naflu ka funyo.
wota bankola nafulo ka o fa montaje pour ka bankola nafulo ka funuma because ni o toro ma la drive ka ta fanata do ko so la so fo mo ke me tora prate kile prate killing ata killing kun killing nafa so so gambia be wonyale mo ke mele nyanda
So
tora ko
ning
kile so ba
modol be kacha kan recently among me back other platform kay iya itandi na ko okay comme ko sa in Senegal ye changes kele new president le wije e lafta men na new president bolu Senegal so jarol mel ben na state house ye bondi ye say Senegal katun program tijan e ko so jarol mel bijang ye say so ite dol ko ni wol sayta doron military be take over kelale so mune be kele etla miraloto mune nyanda kake nse ni tu jang ye continue wala ye finti ye ninna bako security bulaja
nawrora yeta ikonin kairo be ni la korote ma feten ni ta da mun la kairo am telling you
huh
yeah ni tata mbana mbela wala le 100% nti ko ngbe wala duwa kande mbe fempen duwa kam senegal la president ay tan senegal se do fempen be gambia ay be lokota ay be samba ay baro da ma filije sa ngaji be jomu jonti abe lonna wolto baro ba lonna wolto jomu jonti ena bro
because yalo pro sai attending Gambia national army la relationship is not that intact
ngalo
maybe police ole bala side demanding
an police will bete
na ya mera be hani laka ya mera be hani laka Senegal la sojarul bule findi e ko wasi findi attending Gambia national army damma to banko kan wole tar state house ko
because senegal soldier will membe je ha no wol fundita ate mar right so do ka fol be fundila fo ite fundita so senegal la president on to decide fa be tula jele fa be tala so this is why I'm praying ko ay ke president member understand ko president ne be gambia memma le gambia fa on cairo so badunga na military de sika ko da kana to dinna bankola ay ta ala military be sika ko and in gambia military role bulaje I know what our soldiers are capable of ngakumolo fo ite me alon ko I am witnessing it I'm seeing coup d'etat nyabe wala ni Senegal sojarol sika wallahi billahi ngantu alala adama barota tolmo abe tale amambu nyimala
bari kon ni sojar masa kunda ko Gambia pare ka sojar masa kunda bala
ne sojaro le coup d'etat que même be sila manke sojaro ate kala sojaro
aha
Gambia sojaro ne coup d'etat que bi même be sila
bari
manke sojaro
but ekadiyam le comme momi yalo guys some information also so it's a demanding say I know from about keep out just like
obe ala la bulu but I told you ko ne coup d'etat que de Gambia bi même be sila ate kala sojaro
okay so
dua
big household jenyadi le journalist ni ani other household ikela news trick nyamen fo an ikatrick aninto nyala kan fo ikatari fanna kilin la katari world defend ikaje ikela news fonko nya
nsi mo sabala fono ngame recognize Gambia men ya lonko news na renyame ka diwo nyala ko be la renyame ka fo nyala fa mansala febo fa mansa febo tala hajuto omo pengrati kerfatu number 1 I appreciate that woman nene ma mandiam nene ma ajen nene ma long I appreciate the woman for a lot wala tin hani mansa kunda ma like so I know why they don't like him. They will never like her. And then Manka Jandeli as an activist who always give out news. And then 360. So these three peoples, I recommended them as my best peoples who I always watch, who I always listen to.
Okay.
Yeah. But the rest, nyinala buka kuma fo mema masakunda febo mema masakunda febo ka wala fo ka wala funde ne gamen no so ngi sute mol kono
Okay. So bari fana ko the rest meli bula ko ma fana e ka nyina fo ko be la kata kul ke kan ne pour ka je ko Gambia kibar be Gambia ay man sakunda febo ama febo itel kana atle fo dole award sol win katu ni mole against ka fo at least tele award sol win le so ite abro award so ke febo de ka bo man sakunda bulu fo ila do ko le kasam
fa awodo bi no mo ye awodo di fanna moma awodi le ye awodo sai fai awmol itata awodo sambiti ko to ya di fan baba to nya mi awodo sotole of course ye awodo men sambiti ko to ya di fan obebul but to be recommended as truthful peoples or truthful journalists in Gambia, I recommended only Kerafat. Yeah, and these three young men who I talk about, 360 and Mankajan Daily.
Okay. Mankajan Daily, okay.
Yeah.
Saya nimboto karola ngana Gambia. Ning next president wonata misalo fi 2026 ning alatata ke changes keta ete amera na lafta ka Gambia bon defuare yakon ani Gambia be bata men kono sainte konkola karola anyanda mun step la tala kaje ko nay nyinke doro janala 5 years be bonna Gambia ba fan soto nola le Gambia konko be bula Gambia la ning fuare ya jawo membe Gambia dum kan abetala wala nyanta kala mun kuni
na broda. There are many ways, hana tara mansakunda ite alon ko mansakunda la budget we yemen tarinje ite banko develop no la ka found data la in a fast way ila ta banko dun ye ma ko ya man ke be business o ila banko dun ko be banko dun sikara ke mo ngudin so ko dora de no taxo data la ila banko dun membe banda men ka found kinam pour ka business o yele taxo data le ka sunan die ba ye banko develop in a very fast way ila tele banko develop ila mol men be banda men nga long ko they have a lot of investment in their head. But they can muna because of taxes on their head ni ko before not la Bangkoka pour ka business or open ko pour ka development or increase Bangkoka asuna ndi o mol bulu ba ila mol men be banda killing fulanjang ite fa men Bangkoka ajibe Bangkola mon bunda la be do Bangkola balwo bunda bala Bangkola sene bunda jomala moti tinti o kamba mansala moti you have the power sembe to da mala ka sama se keno fuaro buga sama keno. So mansa na dadun seno to abe kumalal mansa manke fuara o mansa da dunia ambe fuara ay ka fo bojeto mamba bojeto na man fuara ya bangola bojeto na man fuara ya so duo kono bang ye try ye invest woto bang you see something out of it ibajala baluo da bi jila tintim baluo kamba baluo daiji hospital on based on them ila mon men be banda comme nga ko nyame because ilo mon men be banda ne silo dila to make taxes easy on them men be banda be to kola ikala invest la bankoka wol sikeno multi men pound yalan ko they can contribute in a hospital a lot because wol sikeno multi men be ambulance Senegal bi mol ila malan la ka ambulance ki Gambia bi jomal be ambulance ki la jam my friend poro do follow be ibe kunte la poro do follow ima ambulance
so jama moto jama kan Senegal yeah because in financial say they ano elen ka mo jele ka moto sa ya jindi Dakar ya drive wol ni ke bonni na Dakar ke dum Gambia
very good this is the problem
so say they ano
non to han boso me boso sanjang isi boso sanjang na hana tara tekela boss badarong kino boso sanjang 5,000 euro ya ki Gambia barka o boso bonde Gambia you will pay more than 5,000 euro you boso sanjang just 5,000 euro ya ki Gambia I for the Gambia ka bonde Gambia poro you will pay more than 4,000 euro so sai ila banku doni ka wol sitile ikaje ite mansa da mata banko irwani no le ka fo banko doni anna ka fo mambe banko doku sai ka taxo ko le andin teleka because tax state mansa ka sai intelmet nyanda ka fulema ka banko so nandi ite amara intelmet ka fo no le ite manyabi de si ka fo me manyame na iyo ko le andin telebuni we can only create businesses and develop places on our own ibaje ite mansa fa na ite la doku to fotala auto because ibata rantele mo to kele already Every youth have a mentality of development. And the youth so bunjang lo ala korda kono, that is a development for the country. Be youth so use kala file ngana korda sa ngado ko na korda silo memba karala ngabe ke manote mpai mansakana. Every youth wonder. But abesono ale bulu nyadi. When you put a lot of taxes on them, you make life miserable for them.
But recently masakunda membi jambara ko masakunda ko ye tax soljo ko melka domurol nati nang ye tax sol tare kanne nyin kam domuro walwos la dasi ji Gambia. But wo be ko la ngaje ko balwo lafa bili wo ko la lay balwo da ko le ata janni ka wo ke fa e yamera julol la karola moti bang fodi masakunda e memfo e mawolati
Masakunda ka memfo e boka wodo. Masakunda ni kale batara e katak solo la fa wolka. Wol nte boka wol blame men ya lon ko ka ton bonni nam banda ka balwol bonni nam banda ke di Gambia kono ni aje balwo bola nan Gambia banta be dun na Gambia kono Masakunda la ma ke ko long ha umu malo ni masi bolo man sabe sira la banko ka tel la balwo ka bonan bantal o man sa fawo nyanta malula wala ka je atela banko la balwo na man bonan banta atela banko mol ka balu malo ni jutu na yalam because ye dala tu mobulu ani kono ni odum mobulu do ye fa wa famal ite kono be bandala Gambia no be kono be bandala na man so do banta Gambia no kono ko lono so mu man sala barakan kaya
fala so ni banda tan goli so ila fa fala ni banda ro moli la marchandise ol muta Gambia be konkolale
pe kaje Gambia e tulum indiano Gambia kon pe kaje Gambia e tulum Libanese la Gambia kon pe kaje Gambia e tulum Chinese la Gambia kon anni Chinese ni Gambia no bulata nyolo Chinese sina Gambia o Libanese ay Gambia no do kunda te jola man sakunda boka ku bondi je na balwo be den dinje lam kono be kono be je speedy gal mbetala sa ya so jelam problem mo na bro
to nyala so ite amela sai banku diun nyanta ka mu fere ke because mobe jama be banku diun jama be kam faten especially nanyol melkata marché to wafiro lay ni la palatin dimul be bonni kan slow kay be slow kan clear kan ebe dolla dinkiral boy indi kan so ya vera sining ate problem mo nati la banko kam
abroda
nam
yaje o sila kan ko nana da njuso ka kampale instantly go wande merol treat kanyama yalon mo jama buka understand nga Gambian jama je ka fo ko e mane bala do ko la ko yalon mane bala do ko la mambalan ko mane mantara la do ko la barale ibuka calculate le wonon problème ibuka calculate yalon mansa pour ka silo fanu da manke problème tide ha kasilo do ko amanke problem tide baro satari nyanda menke la yewlike mansa ila silo do ko kasolo mo problem mo ni atari nyanda menke la mawul yes mansa kasilo do ko kabe kala kasolo ti ni atari nyanda menke la jannen silo be do ko la ni ma woke dron ila silo do ko mbaaje la kasolo yes adun Gambia no le adi andi mansa nyambulu na silo do mandinda men do ko ada baro do ko ke sa fanan because to le wala made afana be ke sila do ko le sila pour mol sala kenda ba jibe na silo blanden do ko da men do wol be ka be baro be do ko sa ko mbadon silo nyine silo la like badun nga silo para de letar so ayo ke Gambian so Gambian no le odi andi mansa membe silo do ko kete ana folo nyaw ni akorosi bake kamerol nyine wulendi damen wala baluwo be dende wala okay ka baluwo dulalto ke la baluwo nyine jere janni be wulenda je asman sakendo ni adar man sakendo nga wala ko de ma fo nyum man sipali no nka man sakendo lo ko because for example ne hanna tar intelam mbeta o mol wulen lo silo kan ninga mire ya so pour kanyum mol wulen je pour ka silo fan janne mbeta le tel no ma janne ni beti amula nenna parliament la sila ngadi amu ngaji be ko projeto membe je nga mexo ko nga marcelo dulal to damen yalo be mol wulen laje nga mexo ko marse kendo lo janne beti no ma e marcelo dafa banda den nga tanye mol no ma ala wuli nga marcelo janale atella marse be janale al taji den atella do ko banta janne malla fe kam moje jam woto ene moto nyo sabala mo fokte hanyila bala na wala because ibajila man sabe yiri wala yi hafanum dikam because I entel fan la business dula yiri wande mbulu sai akamunda ngabo sila dala ngata si marse ko do melo do sai so it's a development ika jela mol ka kontani la ko le ka they can see that you don't hate them, you don't want to corrupt them,
but itel ka jela ko e ko melbe sila dala wala silo tarije wala silo occupy. So obviously, ni willing di o manya na kala issue.
Mo jomale silo tarije. Ngama silo boda wandi kenalo ko.
Eko ha.
Silo dawda yaja boda wandi kenalo ko. Sila mambo non santa mana ma FNE o.
Ha.
Yiro level orinje wandi kenal. So silo le molta. Silo le kenal tani. Bar komi baye mum man salati iko nim man sako sibe do bo dawda ka bo jele baraka kenin silo le fanana aka kenin silo la ikaje ika modol je fe buka modol je men ngalon ko wol kata road tax yale road tax fon ka foy ko ala kuntu janna ka kuntu je bi ka fo le ko ala la fensol boyndi yalo mu robis le road tax follow men nata wole order men di nyindol nata wole ko no be feso nyimbo indilal so ikaje ko they are trembling on them barobe men jay kanjan, that is power. I am the president and I can do what I like, either you like it or you don't like it. Pam wala kairol te famang kila kairate, I don't care how Gambians feel, I care what I want to do. Baroka wala ni Gambian all because mansa niya care
abala symbol
abala symbol kam because mansa kajube mansa niya je ko mbenyum ko ke kanade ku kendolo mde barabe na mol tora kanne stop bang ye plan ko tan taba ku ko tan jibe memba tinna ko su ko men keno atela mol ku mondila atete fanan toral mansa kendo kam mira wonya ika jibele kon si mun kura ke membe kala na mole yiri wati te kumbola nde fanan te toral niyo te kuyala itel fanan niyo te kuyala kasilo pandu ku kendo lo bara jibe babe mol kum mondika muna benna mol balla kumbo bali ala mara selo janne bete bonda silo kan kade sendila suro ika balu jele ni bondi jebe kumbola niyo be toral bi baroka balu jele man sa asiro nyanga mona kenda kata bolaje ngaka baluje ala baluwo beje ala family bela baluwo beje wala tinna baro man solla fi bolaje so biya ka o merol men kulinde silol kam wol fanna baluwo be wolto ni bondi je be mun kala so momo ndi la baluwo be dame bukala fu moy trombulu be bukala fu moy bondi je so baro fana be dama malla fu moya bondi je because ala baluwo beje aniyo ay wala laje ala baluwo be beje ala family la baluwo be beje wala tinna malla fi kabuje tora kute lara kanje so because alon ko na bota jabe tora so malla fi kabuje mai sai nade kata o dol wulende silo ko wala baduwo be dame mol ko ko kana complain ko wol kana kumbo baba be kumbo la di be complain lale because la baduwo be je momonde ni trombul tala balu la drabe tinyara alafu mansay barakanta ya sila lobula manol men yalon koy bukata be 1 inches la ye barakanta ya sila lobula ye baluwo dajindi ye loptanol doku that is the most security ke banko nyin tinyaro ninyi koninkel men be nyin dro ko sangar len dundo banko ka be stop banko la security e bambang leptano doku banko la baluwo e toboto nyin ku sabo that's what we need from mansa man fen ko ton niti bu nade ade kana silol doku silol be bula tinyare baluwo ni jata kende alowo to anim bangola tanko ñene ko ma
ako fanan mbala ndef do la megang ako melbe Europe ali sayna kato fente Europe alna ali sayna ngana banko doku ko kapola to nyala ko At
yalom
least
ba
bako develop di mandar bako ka.
ah buka banko develop ni mandar banko kan ate ka kodo membe samba Gambia kata o silo do ko kodo men ate buka soto na man funde Gambia banko ka ina to babudu ina woli dane kodo abuka soto Gambia kono na be siringe ka soto je sa ka bon delesa ni atare banko ka do ku yala wota fanay samal senoke ay do ko ke Gambia kana na to babol dan ay bo to babol sara dan la ay si Gambia ay do ko ke ay banko silo do ku Gambia la kodo la men do ku Gambia kono wota kana na to babudu na broda barota ta jamani janne baroda mu Gambia nol ti Gambia nol men yalon ko Kenya Gambia nol bole pour Kenya Gambia nol trouble ka den inin tubabol Kenya Gambia nol tinya barolo ke to mo siba de tubabu ta so amanke baro mol malo ngala system o lonne tubabu ata system o men ron kanya aka ka tubabol male kanyo mo fi tinya because ay tubabol muta alalati tabirum baro tubabu ja baro man tubabu ko le ya face no aya fandi pod ka bo jamani kata Gambia akafa mole jamane no yata ti potu ye tubabu du jam barkaru dim barkaru dam mala kanyum jam ko le face jam is very difficult baro ya lon so ataketa tubabu le jonati men ka kafa tubabu ma kanyo mo fum tinya ay tubabu ke alati anyo mo fum anin tubabu ka den kanyo mo fum ke salaw so woto nade kon delega sign up because banko de ni la fa banko de balble ka sila banko kan akana na tubabu ya sadada no ngaji be fa be Gambia samano ay do ko ke Gambia ay sama do ko ay factory lele ngaji be kana funti Gambia kon kada tubabu sadada den be believe la ko Gambians sino jelem fanane develop we don't need to go out but ne man safa ka funta kada ko do nyini bando da na banko ka aka fon de la si banko ka kana fun o be keno nyaade wala tinan kon do ngol albena bagu albena dongol bena bagu
So yeah.
telling you
Bari ko bago ya do ko larin anin kombanko yutol mel nyanta ka bago nsa funo atala bebe Europe le sante especially Gambia and la population of do yarin nyame comme ni tay kam nyimem fo ka factory yele Gambia in atata man senola karola yutol bebe ba Europe ni ata fun ko ten Dakar la yutol bebe Europe ani ikafo fa Gambia no buka engage ba ke kam metol kara
ante engage la me mecho kare ka mon sodoje be engage no nyadi hani karam fam sante engage la because nin karanta nin ida mboka do ku na bankoka be engage no nyadi adum fonga funti bagwe nyin mene fata bagwe ala le niyo tuje baba mo kanene ne tubabu du ko le ata nyaaw nya fisata Africa tle ndele ngafo Gambia no le denko albe wulale na bagwe yes ni man na bagwe man sate respect la man sate bunyala ni man na bagwe hanila family members soli ke jibele ko mi barakantan so this is how our society grow up so mo monding hanna to babudu hanna tar 5 euro kini na katare jifo kono kar bomburun to babudu jang everybody respect you nobody tremble with you you have your financial freedom to babudu jambi na one day job is more than some people 2 months salary just one day job Gambia kono modol be je wala 2 months salary ata tena one day job fonsi telling you so tubabu mo kana mo nene because man sata bunya lole ko da kono man sata ku kele man sata factory lola man sata banko develop la so it's better on ninki ol men sala kana ndalim be funde nim mem fata ala le wato sida manke ko mi bagwe ka mo le fa no ala mo mon nim min jiyo ko tubabu de wedun nale ala ko mo mon nim fana min jiyo do anyin sulo ka be fala men fata men dun ta tubabu du la dinkende a medun ila pero medun ila kekende a medun ala la mammo la wato si Zina beje. Yeah.
So kamera man sakunda ni next 10 years to 20 years ese mum fere la no comme Africa non Gambia no ni lafta katamba ya ni katamba agwela ko tay ese flight comme yela passeport rota e ko Gambia no bita kan America wala Gambia no bita kan United Kingdom o abita kan Spain o without no stopper akana kay comme kanyim botal milta silo ka 2 years 3 years 6 months silo kang batanin kongko bindo jaw yamara mo sakunda sa mu feral la din kaje ko Gambianol fanay da wala Africanol fanay particularly Africanol e daha ning bat wala lang kamen takinyi silol ka
pero fo moye membe pare de pour ko fero nyin taman so amote je amansa mantare africa folo member rights sodola kawo implement mo kilin nene yake kabiri ya threaten na keta property wala kede Ghana la president kabiri akamfata italiano buka sonka kaito di Ghana no la akamfata kabe kaito kela Ghana otubabol de jira Ghana damanta mala banko kaito so kabira yo ke drone to Italy wulta kaito di Ghana no la janne ko nyamato e wulta janne tata ya fo Ghana ka fa ko kana kaito kala ba pola sa ala molu sai ina be plano kala sai men be Ghana te factory yo wole atela mol men be jabe do ko dile la be kaito dile nata do kaito di Ghana no la ko nyamato so African man sol le fon ka ken tubabo ka tulila molla non to di won ten ndela mol te fly no la ka tetela banko ka with my passport ndela banko passport o tendela mol fly no ka tetela banko ka o tetela banko mol wol ma right so to pour tetela passport o fana yol fly ni kan ndela banko ka ni African man sol be nyin loyeje ha tubabo be fan sa sol tubabo le te sino la wata di manta Africa sunyaro la but Africa te sino le wata manna tubabo tubabol wolta sinola damantay manta africa ita sunyaro bar africanol su sinole sanji keme imanna tubabu du iman tubabu la fendo adumbe balula bar tubabo de sinola sanji tan fon siyatale ajibe de ko leya fembe be laran tubabu du jang hakila nyum banku sabo doron wole afanda tubabol bul tubabu du fele ko leya economic kole abe keri economic bebe collapse la France la economic collapse ta Italy ta collapse ta Jamanta hayna collapse kan Sweden the same thing Spain the same thing hakila Burkina ni Niger ni Mali men da maye fanta itala jigo veni Africa be ya fanta ngo sain tubabul karana yang Canada tubabul ya mere bi membe Africa bulu bi nabe tubabul bulu ya mere fo tubabul be sonare partnership la ni Africa tema ba tubabo lu jututan tel nyama ni aje hani bibe kerlinko ni partnership banta do ka fali nga renew ikata african no makalinga na partnership renew ika fly kata fo africa tubabo jututa mo fu aka fly aka foto africa ka fo ko alinga na partnership renew because halu na kana fa men so to african no membe african no bulu bi na be tubabo le bulu hanin ka noyi ko to lenke sadada nen ka fo ko alinga ka partner ti to son Dalla man solo betulun kan. I'm telling you.
Wow. Pandi, my brother, thank you so much for having me, and I am very happy and I appreciate it to talk to you.
Thank you so much, brother.
And
Malcolm.
I wish you long life and success. Thank you, my brother. Thank you again.
Amen. Thank you so much, brother. Stay blessed, and be safe, because Gambia la mo safe. Stay safe and stay blessed, Malcolm. And guide yourself, I'm also now. Gambia. Banko alinga ta drum nyabe foninke dola membe komento ke kanje barobe dogo kendola barobe dogo kendol baba amande torat foninke membe komento kan ko barobe dogo kendola problem teje napo mo velembulu mbuka samfam free la mun kado mo I am okay. Anataka kuongelea na